With us today we have Dan Lauritzen, CEO of Mendole. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's going to be a pleasure. But for those who don't be familiar with Mendole, could you tell us a little bit more about the company?
Yeah, so we are in the construction services industry. We have the biggest part of our business is today roofing. And we are listing on Spotlight Stock Exchange in order to go on an acquisition journey. So we expect to buy 4 to 6 companies within the next 3 years, which will get us up to 500 million Danish kroners in turnover, which is about 750 million Swedish kroner. And we are expecting to see or aiming for an EBITDA of about 8.5% in 2028.
And interesting, you mentioned the acquisitions strategy here, because you have chosen to raise around 4 million Danish crowns through the IPO. Half already committed, if I'm right. Could you please elaborate how you intend to deploy these funds, particularly in regard to the planned acquisitions?
Yeah, the 4 million kroner is only in order to get our shares listed so that we can use the platform of Spotlight for what it was intended to, which is to fuel growth of the company. So our expectation with the first 4 million is that will go towards our first acquisition. But we do expect that for each acquisition that we make, we will present it to the investors and say, this is what we want to buy. This is the amount of money that we're going to pay. And this is the amount of money that we want to raise, so that the investors see exactly what we're using the money for, instead of raising 30 million up front and then let it be up to us how to use them.
It sounds transparent.
That's what we're trying to do. I want to try to do things a little bit different. We also have an IPO event where we invite all of our investors to come with us and ring the bell and let them talk to our employees and get to know the company much better. So I'm really trying to help the investors understand our case better.
Yeah, sounds really good. And talking a little bit more about acquisitions here, I think you have set a target of 4 to 6 acquisitions in the coming years for the company. And with the range here, I think it was 20 to 150 million Danish crowns.
Yes.
How do you prioritize which companies to target, and which criteria are you looking for to fit in the Mendole group, so to speak, if it's become?
Yeah. So the obvious piece is roofing companies that we're already pretty strong in Denmark on the roofing companies. So we have a good foothold there. Last year we bought an electrical contractor. They had a 500,000 turnover. This year we are pushing 5 million turnover. So they have really seen the benefit of becoming a part of the Mendole group just in those last 12 months. So now we feel like we know the electrical contractors space, and we also knew the plumbing space. We're also looking into the ventilation space. And between plumbing and roof and ventilation and electrical contractors, that's kind of that is our core focus right now. And we are looking to acquire companies that are owner-led and has got a management who has built up the company and has shown a lot of years of good traction and good execution. And we would like the management to stay. And that is one of the reasons why we would like to have listed shares, because we would like to pay a part of the acquisition costs in Mendole shares. They can see them on their stock listing platform.
Yeah, in the portfolio. So to
in
speak.
their portfolio, they can see the shares. If they do well, then they can see the price of the Mendole shares increase. But we would like to tie them up that they can't sell them day one. We would like to keep them as long as they would like to stay with us, because they're the DNA of the company. And we would like to take very much care of keeping them as long as they want.
So some deal of lockup or something like that?
Yes.
Or? Yeah, I understand. And talking about the three different areas you mentioned here, is there a lot of synergies there, and also are you looking for acquisitions outside Denmark, perhaps other Nordic countries? What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, so we are looking at synergies. The synergies will be less on the administration, and there will be some on administration and on purchasing power. We don't see that as the biggest benefit. We see the biggest benefit of bringing each other along to projects and offering the customers a one-stop shop, kind of. We've shown that we have a part of our electrical, one of our companies called Nim Energy. They sell solar panels and best battery systems. And we have shown that when we renovate a massive roof on a building and we give a 20-year warranty on that roof, and somebody else comes in the day after and drill 8,000 holes in that roof to add solar panels, then the warranty is gone.
All right.
The 20-year warranty is gone because somebody drilled holes in it. But if they ask us to do it, then our roofers will make sure that the warranty continues for the 20 years duration.
I understand.
And that's where 1 and 1 becomes more than 2.
Exactly. It sounds pretty easy for the customer as well to just go to you and get the whole package then. Yeah. You have a goal of reaching 500 million Danish crowns in revenue and EBIT margin of 8.5 by 2028. Given your current size and margins levels, what will be the key drivers to reach that goal, would you say?
So my main driver is I'm not looking to do a lot of acquisitions, but I'm looking to minimize the risk of these acquisitions falling through the floor. I want to spend a lot of time, and we are spending a lot of time with the founders of these companies to make sure that they are on a journey together with us for a longer period of time. Because if we can keep the DNA of the company, which is the main value of the company, if we can keep that for the long term, then we have a very nice business model, just without breaking anything. So that's my main focus of anything.
It sounds healthy to build with right people as well.
Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier a little bit, but can you give us some more thoughts about the decision to get listed on Spotlight stock market?
Yeah, I used to operate a coffee company in Oslo, which we grew from, me and my partner, we grew it from 0 to 50 million in turnover. And when we finished that journey, we looked back and we saw, hey, we did 3 acquisitions during these years, and the majority of the value generated actually came from those acquisitions, or a big part of it. So I got the interest for this acquisition journey that we are on now. I got invited into board of directors of some of the companies that we own right now, 2.5 years ago, and we started looking at how can we grow this via acquisitions together and get the same benefits as we had seen in the coffee company.
Yeah.
And then we've spent 2 years in refining our strategy, getting the company ready, getting the accounting ready, and so on and so forth. When it came to choosing a stock listing platform, either NASDAQ or Spotlight, first of all, I was very happy with the level of service that I'm getting from Spotlight. If we have any questions, they say, hey, let us help you. Jump on a Teams call and we'll help you manage or answer your questions directly from the person responsible. But also, the Swedish investors are much more active than the Danish investors in the small cap area. And I have been pleasantly surprised by all the interest that I have gotten from Sweden. Majority of our pre-subscribers are Swedish, and most of my inbox is also from Swedish investors, from Swedish events and investor presentations and so on and so forth. It's a much more healthy environment. So I get 2, so to say, investor groups for the price of 1.
Perfect. Sounds like a good deal. And to sum it up a bit here, why should people look closer at Mendole as a next potential investment?
Well, I would say that if they like the acquisition growth that we are presenting, where we come to them transparently and say on a regular basis, we have now found a target, this is what we want to buy, we want to ask you for this investment in order to buy this, and then they can say yes or no, but we want to be very transparent in how we operate. And also, if anybody want to get in early, then there are subscription rights for the future subscriptions. So I myself personally, my experience with roll-ups and acquisition journeys have been very positive. So obviously, I think that this is going to be a very interesting journey, and I'm inviting everybody to join.
Thank you so much for joining us here today, Dan, and good luck going forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great.